Nice.
Says we're live. At last, my love has come and gone. What up, everyone? If there is anyone listening to the stream, which there isn't right now,
True.
but you could still be tuning into the video later.
In the future. Have you started the audio as well?
I have not, because that's going to come up in a second.
Good.
So we're just letting everyone know we're doing a sneaky surprise live one. So if you're listening to this, congrats
Sneaky.
to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You found the sneakiness. All right, so here we go. I'll just bring up the normal one and we'll jump straight in. You ready, Juan?
Let's do it.
Cool, let's go. Yep. Whoa. Welcome, everyone, to a Mere Mortals monthly goals session. That is right. It is the time of the month where we check in, look at how we went last month, look at how we're going, what we're planning on doing for February of 2022. You've got Kyrin speaking here.
Man. One over here on the other end.
One on the other side, and we'll just jump straight into it. Methinks
January 2022. So
I might kick off
Let's do it.
on this one, and I'm going to do something a little bit sneaky as well. So
we're going to share the screen.
We're doing this live streaming as well, yes, and I'm going to bring up my notes so people can actually see.
Refer to if you're looking at the video.
Yeah,
cool.
see what you're looking at. So January for me was okay, not the bestest of months, but not the worstest of months either. So I had to do 5 handstand sessions in new places. This I did manage to do. I wanted to go to 5x new groups. This I did not manage to do.
So a bit of a difficult.
The getting of COVID sort of
stuffed up at least half of January.
It messed up a bunch of things, yeah. So that one, I did manage to boost a Graham 10 new podcast. I did manage to start PNF stretching and working on my oversplits. I did finish Leviathan and start another book. I did not listen to 8 hours of German podcasts. I probably got close to like 5-ish.
Yeah, okay.
The reason for this was somewhat COVID related as well, which was I wasn't driving around as much.
Gotcha.
And that was pretty much the only time I've been doing it. But I would still consider this goal accomplished in the sense that it got me getting into the habit of listening to German podcasts in the car whenever I'm driving. So usually I've got sort of like half an hour a week when I'm driving back and forth from the parents' place. And then, sort of every day I'm doing
driving
20-ish minutes of driving to and from my workout places. So that was another one.
How much of are you currently understanding, do you think, of those German podcasts?
Like 10%. Not much. Like
words.
Yeah. Words here. I'll be like, oh, Mittlerweile. I know what that means. I'm starting to get, it's more just the sense of it, how they...
Yeah, like the spoken language, basically. Yeah.
So it's going okay, but sometimes I'll be like, oh, they're talking about Angela Merkel and her old sausages.
Yeah, okay.
I get it. And yes, it actually was. I wasn't misinterpreting that. It was definitely talking about her eating like old sausages. That it was like, okay, what the fuck? Go to 2x, so 2 times 2. So 2 salsa dance lessons. I wanted to go to 2 of those. I did not do that. One of that was sort of poor planning on my part. The other was once again COVID. And then organized photos for new cover art. I'll tick that up. I was saying it was
organized. It's organized. We haven't done it, but it's organized.
Correct. So for me, what was that? There was 1, 2, 3 goals that I didn't particularly get done.
Okay.
But 2, I was pretty happy, to be honest.
Everything considering what happened in January, considering it's pretty good.
I was relatively happy, yes.
All right, good. For my January, I'll just call out probably some of the standouts. So of the 3 I didn't get done out of 11, lodging the Mere Mortals tax return, I did not get to do that again. I'm just going to give that a berth for a month because I just did not feel like even going. I attempted to go and do it again. Yeah. And it wasn't letting me attempt it. I feel like I've got a bad taste in my mouth with some taxation stuff that I had to deal with in January. So I went, gotcha. Man. The other 2 that I didn't get to around was, what's this one here? The month of no drinking, more than 1 drink in a sitting. That got absolutely obliterated. Well, it wasn't obliterated, actually. I didn't achieve it. However, I did enjoy that I put that goal because for the majority of it, I actually stuck to it. There was only a few handful of events where I actually did drink more than just the one time.
Okay. Yep.
And that was hanging out with your dad, hanging out with my family.
And that was when it got broken the first
time.
Yeah,
that's when it got broken the first time. But that was
Daddy Down.
That was actually when we were out. So yeah, Daddy Down absolutely destroyed it.
Daddy Down, breaking.
But then I had some
breaking hearts. Breaking goals.
Then I had some catch-ups with the family where we also had a couple more drinks. But it almost made me realize that there was moments for it that was like totally fine for it, and then the rest of the time I actually did it here to that particular monthly goal. So,
gotcha.
By the by, I actually was pretty happy, even though it didn't get completely completed. And the last one that I didn't get around really to was researching sounding boards for high performance. I put it as no because I Googled it and I couldn't really find anything on it.
Okay.
But I just didn't probably put enough effort into actually getting on with it to find more info. Although you'll see in the February 2022 goals, everybody, that there might be some potential changes that I've had to make or adjustments to make sure that I'm getting that particular annual goal done correctly.
Gotcha. So overall, levels,
overall 73% for goals. I was happy with January. Oh no, the big call out. So there was a particular item which was I wanted to swim 3 times in this month for a sum total of at least 1 kilometer swimming. So if you can remember, I have a yearly goal of swimming 1 kilometer nonstop.
Yes.
And so I swam 2.9 kilometers in the month of January, and I ended up completing the 1 kilometer swim, which was the annual goal anyways, within that month.
Yeah.
So, but it was good to see that my very first swim was January. I could look at it's like 8th or 9th. So I was still a little bit like hung over with COVID that like just finished up, and I could barely swim 300 meters, and that's not even in one go. That was like broken up to then getting a kilometer in 20 something days. So I felt like I was like, oh, that was good progression. That was good progression.
Nice. Okay, cool.
All right, February 2022 goals. Do you want to kick yours off? You want to just smash through them?
We'll do our normal stuff. You do your first section. I'll do mine and whatnot. So
let's do that. All right. Well, I've got 11 for February 2022. Again, similarly to last month. I actually had to adjust some of these just today because there's some. For us, so today, February the 5th. So kind of started. I did make some adjustments just because I attempted to do a particular one and it was just not working out. So for me, I've got them up. Cool. So first one there is begin a clean and jerk program this month to achieve annual goal. So this one I can already tell you is brutal, man. This is like destroying my body right now. I probably shouldn't be doing like extra workouts or swimming at the top of it, but it is what it is. I'm going to learn from it, but I'm already seeing like massive gains coming, but this program's like going to destroy my whole body. I swear to God. Second one, I wanted to be doing 3 by 10 total bars every time I'm a touring, basically, at CrossFit. I changed this. It was actually 3 by 20, but I changed it down to 3 by 10. Why did I do that? It wasn't actually because I can't get to 3 by 20.
Yeah.
I could potentially do that. However, what I'm finding at the same time with the clean and jerk and a few of the other workouts I'm doing, my hands are getting so bruised and like pain from doing so much workouts in terms of like bars and movement that I went in to do that first session of toaster bars. I was like, okay, I'll do that. And just grabbing the bar was hurting my hands. I was like, I can't even like do toaster bars. I can't even hold the bloody thing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to scale this down.
False grip, man.
Dude, I was like, well, I had to go onto the rings and do false gripping there to actually do a set on particular decks. I was like, I can't do this. The third one, I want to be doing some deep lunges, so stretching 3 times per week, 30-second holds, and 4 times. So that's in particular trying to put a really heavy kettlebell as well at the end of like my knee point. So it forces the knee down and also gets the deflection on the actual ankle as well to improve.
Okay.
And lastly, I want to swim 2 kilometers this month. So I've accomplished my swim goal, basically for the annual goal of 1 kilometer, but I do want to get to repeat that amount of swimming that I did from the previous, probably not as much, so obviously maybe not 2.9 Ks, but I want to see if I can establish, let's say, just a weekly 500 meter swim in whatever way I break that down, just to see what happens.
Okay.
Anyways, that's the body ones for February.
Nice. Okay. I'll come over here and jump on my February 2022 goals. So I have 8 as usual, not just one sort of related to each of my 4 yearly goals. For me, first one is related to sort of just being more social, getting out. 90% of smiling and friendly interactions. So I've basically I've realized like, I need to be more friendly, more smiling, more jovial, creating interactions from nothing. So I write it that way just so I can fit it all on one line on my Evernote, so it doesn't look shite house. So I can, I've already been doing pretty good on this. There's one occasion where I've been like, shit, I should have said something then. Like I didn't do it. So I'm still probably hovering around the 90%. And I've already made a pretty good friend from the calisthenics parks again. He was good. He's pretty cool guy who's, he actually, just random side note here, but he went across, it was like Netherlands, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, only by paying people in Red Bull. He had no money. So it was sort of like a Red Bull challenge. And basically he got given, every time they reached this next stage, they got given, him and his friends got given like a crate of Red Bull, and they had to pay for tickets, for food, for everything in Red Bull, and I think the accommodation was paid for, but they had to be the ones like trying to get around using it. And so
I was thinking of like a dad joke of, but Red Bull gives you wings, so if you drink
I made that joke.
Did you? Yeah. Good. I'm glad you did.
100%. So that was one of them. Go to 5 new groups. So this is sort of just carrying on from the last one. I've already ticked off one of those, which I'm pretty happy with. Set up or buying a lightning node. So
okay, you are going to do it?
Yeah. So I've already had some like little bits and pieces of advice. I still need to do way more research, but I do plan to do that. Hence, I have my shite house old laptop here. I'm going to see if I can do it through that, and if not, I will probably have to learn how to connect some Raspberry Pis together. There's one up there. Your dad said he has a bunch of them. Or I'll just, if I'm too lazy, I'll just be like, fuck it, and buy a full node.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
That's on the agenda.
That'll be interesting.
And then cumulative 21 hours of deep stretching. So that's 45 minutes a day.
Okay.
I am 5 days in, and I am on track.
Good.
But it's chewing up some time already.
I was going to say,
that's starting to chew up some
time.
It
reminds me of back in the day when you were doing 3 hours of stretching.
Or
whatever it was per day.
That was pretty wild.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, so that's the deep stretching. I do an extra half an hour of sort of warm up mobility stuff. So, that's an hour and 15 a day. Yeah. Plus probably an extra 20 minutes when I get to the park.
You're actually like working out
and whatnot. So yeah, I'm doing a fair chunk, man.
Good. Okay. It's nice. I like the February goals.
Let's get on to your
here's my next section. So I'll go to mind and soul. So a couple of ones in the mind. One, making conscious choices of my next steps in my career. More so because I had these questions being asked of me recently, or not too recently, maybe a couple of weeks ago, where I was speaking to people around NFTs or Web3 or different actors, and there was a couple of items on, how would you get into that space, or what would you do in that space? And I couldn't really answer that appropriately. Like there wasn't a great answer that I could give. I kind of understood it, but I kind of went, well, what's those next steps? And I think I've even said to you and other people, it's like, I'm looking forward to VCon, and that's going to be great fun. And I want to talk to people and see what they've got going on. But again, I think if I don't have something in my mind of like, what are the next steps could look like for me, then it doesn't enable me to have the right conversations with it. So it's actually properly sitting down and going, okay, what's that actually look like? Where do I want to venture in the next couple, at least months, years type of feel? Because I feel like at the moment it's just going a little bit too loose in the sense of like, whatever comes, that'll be fine.
Yeah, gotcha. Just on that, I would strongly recommend that you sort of think about taking the 2 microphones, the 2 mics that we have here, and figuring out what piece of equipment you need to buy that
100%. So already. So there's the have you seen the portable ones? Yeah. So my plan was we're talking VCon here, folks. So obviously it's a conference in the USA is happening in May. Obviously we're in Australia. So but my plan was potentially purchase those the handheld ones where you can connect them to. and have it, on a backpack, basically have 2 microphones always plugged into it. So I can just, if I encounter people on something, I'd be like, hey, let's have a quick conversation with this. Just want to ask you a few questions. I've done it, whether it's random questions, whether it's like an impromptu, full podcast. I'm also thinking, how do I do, like, it would be cool if I could do a video as well, like a camera sort of
That'd be
catch
hard.
up.
That'd be hard.
But I'm thinking potentially go the old school, like, do I go GoPro? Do I go
Well, we have that
else?
remember we have that sort of little
yeah,
one.
the handy cam.
Yeah,
so anyway, so
that's what 720p, I think that one.
yeah, but that might be a handy one, just 'cause it's just easier to handle with.
Well, that's the point, I guess. You'd want something that could really just fit in a container.
box,
like
yeah.
you don't want to be lugging around shit all day.
True, but anyways, I digress.
yeah.
But yeah, anyways, that's all potential ideas for sure.
Yeah, I would 100% recommend that. Yeah.
The next one, so just from my perspective, sounding boards. Just want to really make sure I do the research properly. What I'm finding, and I'm just going to jump to number 9. I want to create my own article for sounding boards. So I'm already finding that there's like almost nothing on sounding boards at the moment in terms of what should a sounding board look like, how should you apply it, how should you build one. There is like the definition of what a sounding board is. There is some pieces out there around, this is what a good sounding board looks like. But I, for the life of me, cannot find anything that's like, this is how you would go about creating a good sounding board for you as an individual. It's like either you're a CEO or something, or that's it. You're not getting anywhere else. So I'll put a research, and I want to put an article together as well.
Okay.
I want to look for a new accountant, which I think I'm going to definitely find this an easy. I'm going to hit up your dad probably, but I want to have an initial conversation, just like getting some details ready. So a lot of the detail that I've got with the previous accountant all sits on like their own systems or whatever. So I just want to start accumulating that to be passing that on, and I think having earlier conversations, because one of the things that I be getting annoyed with my current accountant is that I don't have a conversation with them through the year. It's like at the time of tax time it happens, and I've just been like burned so many times.
One got wrecked this last month. He had
Yeah.
mystery tax to pay that he did not know about.
Or my accountant didn't want to tell me either.
Yeah, you get
God
wrecked,
damn it.
mate.
One that I have obviously never done. So we talked about this in the past, but undertake the CrossFit Open. So
Yeah.
that'll be good fun. They do.
What
So
day
it
was
starts
it
in
again?
February 24th.
24th.
And it is
What day is that?
basically CrossFitorians doing it on Fridays nights.
Okay, so
Basically,
that's
Friday
a
night.
Thursday.
They call it the Friday Night Lights, and they do like the whole event where everyone basically does the particular workout on a night.
What time is it? And
No idea. Probably like 6 to 9 or something, and I'm sure it's like open to everybody.
yeah, cool. I'm just chucking in my calendar now so I can
Go and take a
Remember about
squeezy.
Yeah.
And then the last two on the mind side, I want to attend a salsa event or Latin event this particular month. So that will be, I want to either seek it out. There's easy solutions like a Thursday at Cloudland type of deal.
Yeah.
I just want to see if there's something a little bit different that I do want to go to. I think it was enjoyable. I've been listening to more Spanish. I've been talking more Spanish recently as well with different people. So I'm like, I kind of want to go to an event like this. Let's try and make it happen. And I want to make another slow cooked meal this month as well.
Okay.
I really enjoyed my last month's slow cooked meal. That was like really good. So yeah, 100% going to do another one this month.
Coolies.
And that rounds out my Feb 2022.
Nice. All right, that sounds exciting. So my next four here, leave some comments on other book reviews. So I want to be making a more concerted effort to sort of growing the channel a little bit, just doing a bit because it's only once a week now. I sort of want to, I think it might be ready for the next stage of how I could potentially improve it. So, and one of the best ways of doing that is just seeing what other people are doing and stealing their ideas. So, I was planning like watch some other people's, leave some book review, like some comments on theirs, and we've never particularly focused on growing the YouTube channel, and probably that's one way to do it, sort of grow it within the YouTube
Space
ecosystem
itself.
And honestly, man, I just really enjoyed talking about books. Like when Faraz hit me up and I did that thing on his channel, we chatted about books for 45 minutes and it was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
So that's one. Cumulative 14 hours of German practice. That's funny because I've actually been doing more than that.
You're already on pace to like smash that.
Yeah, well, I've been doing 20. I've been doing that as if I was doing 21. That should say 21. I'm going to change that.
Okay.
Because my original thing was I was going to do make this top one 28 hours. So do basically an hour a day of deep stretching.
Woo!
But I went, nah, I'll sort of split it across the two of them. And so therefore it should be 45 minutes a day.
Yep.
And if you know what I might not have mentioned it, but I've been trying to do half an hour a day of both of them at the moment. So it's like just gradually like kicking it up a little bit, like getting a little bit more serious. 4 hours of additional dance practice. So I have booked myself in for,
Yes.
is it 3 dance lessons? I think 3 dance lessons for this month. And I want to be doing just extra on top of that. So that'll be, practicing here at home, the steps that they teach us and things like that. So
cool.
Just making sure that I'm doing that. And then also try self-hosting with CasterPod. If you recall, this is sort of has been that goal that was coming and going. And then I'm like, I'm never going to do it because it was on there for 3 months. And then now I'm like, oh, no, I probably can do it now. So it's back on the list. Okay. Will it get done? Hopefully.
Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Let us find out. Coolies. So that's our wrap up of what we are planning for February 2022. Did you knock off any long-term goals?
The swimming one. No others that I can absolutely call out.
Okay, so I know that I have not ticked off any of my normal long-term ones, but and also with the fitness challenge, I have not progressed at all in achieving any points. But a couple of things are like they're on the right track again. They're getting closer to looking better.
Well, yeah, you also had a hectic. I mean, apart from the fact that we both got COVID, and that was obviously annoying, and pulled back on a few things that we're doing. You also had the annoying injury that through your ribs or mid-central or whatever.
So
that also kind of slowed down.
Took time off for that. Didn't heal itself, and now I'm just sort of exercise. It's like twinging slightly in certain positions, but it's not a deal breaker. I'm hoping just over the next like month or two it'll just gradually go away. But it's body's a weird thing.
Body's a weird thing indeed.
We'll have to find out. And but yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. So this is a value for value podcast. We ask that you give value back for what you have received from us. So you're the one who gets to determine how much that is. It could be a small amount, it could be a large amount. It's up to you to decide. Yep. We of course do appreciate the bigger ones. We get you to do this by sending us boostergrams or streaming Satoshis whilst you're listening. So if you go to newpodcastapps.com, choose one of the apps on the list, which has the value ability. And it's a good way for you to also get used to using cryptocurrency.
Correct.
It is the future, people. Other than that, time, talent, and treasure. If you have any comments, things, send us a boostergram. We do appreciate that. And we read that out on the show every week. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Brilliant.
So all right, take us out.
The Immortal Lights, that is all one out.
Kyrin out, yeah. Woot.
Good.
End.